Good morning. So today I'm going to start with a little bit of music. So we're waiting to get going here. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Saturday morning. And today I'm starting with music because today's topic is mindset and mindfulness, and music is an amazing way to help shift and really get into kind of a different mindset, a different, if you're feeling stuck, it's a way to get moving. And so figure out what song might be for you. I like that one of Happy just because it is, just uplifting, and the video has lots of dancing and movement, and those are going to be a couple things that I use that I talk about today too. So welcome and thank you for joining me this morning. So the topic of mindset and mindfulness, I like to separate out first what is mindset. So mindset is looking at where your goals, what is your overall outlook, what is your kind of state of mind as you're going into each day, as you're going to bed each night, and what are your thoughts? Are they more positive, or are there some things in there that are getting in your way of becoming kind of the best person you can be, to fully stand up and be present every day? And then mindfulness is noticing kind of throughout moment to moment of how much are you staying in the present? Are you able to kind of maintain that and kind of that steady, consistent awareness of what's going on and what your thoughts are, how it's affecting how you're feeling, just bringing awareness to the present. And so we can do this in a few different ways. I like to start with just a very basic with the breath. So we can do a lot with our breath, and if we're going through and you're going on your day and you're starting to feel anxious, or you're not feeling so well, or you're just don't feel quite right, I like to have you just check in and say, am I actually breathing? A lot of people will find that they're not even they are somehow going through the day, but they are not actually having these amazing kind of restorative breaths that really bring us back to kind of where we're at. So we can do this by doing, I like a 4-7-8 breath, so where you're breathing in for 4 seconds and holding for 7. And as you're holding your breath for these 7 seconds, it's just kind of a gentle pause. You're not really holding. And then as you're breathing out for 8 seconds, you're kind of releasing and resetting for the day. And I like to go through this activity, cycling through 2 to 3 times. You can do this at work, you can do this as you're driving, you can do this anytime, but it makes a huge difference in how you're feeling and what your nervous system is doing. So a lot of times we get out of our mindset or our mindfulness space when we start getting so busy with the day-to-day, with material things, with our activities or schedules. So we need this reset to be able to really check back in and with what's important and what is going on. So that is the first tip, is going through and doing a breathing activity. So another one that I'd like to incorporate in is journaling or writing down how you're feeling, what your thoughts are, what your intentions are. And I think especially with writing or creating or drawing, whatever it might be for you, of what you want to see happen. What are your goals? And being that this is mostly health oriented, I like to look and see, what are your health goals? What are you able to do now, but what would you like to be able to be doing? And, is it more energy to play with your kids? Is it more energy to just be able to engage and go for a walk after work with a significant other or friends? Is it, feeling like you can get the things done around the house and then you can still have more energy after that? Or maybe it's even just baby steps of you are able to go through the day and do all the things just to take care of yourself or the ones around you and still feel good by the end of the day. So I would challenge you to figure out where you are in this process. You might also be in an advanced stage where you are moving every day. You're feeling really good. Your energy overall feels pretty good. But there's something missing, just like this spark, this this excitement or this, kind of this vitality that you're missing during the day. So that might be your overall goal. So with whatever stage you're at, there are so many tools to use. So let's start with a basic one at the beginning of the day. I love to start with this idea of, as you're getting up, going through some movement. The one that I often recommend is just a simple yoga flow, doing something like cat-cow, where you're, getting some good flexion within your spine, waking up your nervous system. You can go from there into like a sun salutation, where you're actually, bringing arms up overhead, coming to bringing some center to kind of heart center, or even going up and all the way down into a forward fold, where you are getting a full range of motion in the body. Then maybe going down into a plank or a down dog, and kind of settling into this position. And through that series, I often like to go into some type of warrior pose too, because this is bringing in like the strength. You're opening your heart center, like a warrior one with arms up, or warrior two where your arms are out, and you're just fully opening, ready for the day, energizing from your nervous system all the way through heart center, and grounding into the grounding as well, is huge throughout the day, of checking in to see, am I grounded in this moment, or do I feel like everything is just spinning in my head? So if those terms are familiar, awesome. You can probably start with that right away. If not, I can always walk you through something super simple like that you can do at the beginning of every day. Another thing I like to do first thing in the morning to help with kind of the grounding, making sure our overall health is working as well as I can, is hydration. So making sure you're getting in some water right away. If you are feeling tired or overly tired, things like that, a little bit of trace minerals or a little bit of Himalayan sea salt in the morning can actually help with your adrenals. So that's a great tip that I like, that people tend to notice a difference with. Essential oils is another one that are a great way to just kind of set your intention for the day. Lately I've had the lime is a really nice one for uplifting and just kind of getting a little bit of sunshine going for the day. And then movement. So I mentioned the yoga for movement, but this might also be something where the time where once you get up and going, you're doing your workout routine. So you're kind of wondering, like, okay, what does all this have to do with mindset and mindfulness? It's kind of setting the stage. It's putting your intention into the day of the foundations of health. So from the movement piece, I like to go into journaling or reflection. And you can do these in, maybe it's a different order for you, but the reflection and journaling part is amazing to start creating, or to help you see where you are right now, what are your thoughts, and what are your goals that you want to see happen in the future, or even that day. So I like a short-term list of that day. What are your goals? What do you want to see happen? Maybe it's something that's been a little rough at work or home or with kids or whatnot, and you see this pattern and you're wanting to shift that. So you make one little suggestion in there of how to shift that and to make it flow a little bit more easily during the day. So the whole idea is that throughout the day we have this flow of, we do have ups and downs, but they are easy to manage, and things come back to a nice kind of a balance pretty easily as our overall goal. So journaling is another one, or creating, maybe that's something where you have a whiteboard, or maybe you have a book where you're actually creating like images of what you want to see, depending on how you express yourself. This part might also be through movement. Maybe it's dance, where you incorporate dance and your movement routine together to really kind of set the tone for the day. And this can be a great one for kids too. You put on a song that's going to be uplifting, and everybody can get into kind of a shifted energy state for the day, a little bit more positive. And from there, I like to consider nutrition. So first thing in the morning, I generally say you want minimal carbohydrate, balanced with healthy fat and protein, especially the protein aspect. So you're wanting to fuel your body, but with carbohydrates, it is one that can often put more stress. So it's creating more cortisol response, and most of us need more of a balancing of cortisol response, but that's another topic. So getting in some good nutrition throughout the day, making sure you're eating whole foods, especially vegetables and fruit, because that's where we're going to get our nutrients from. That's where we're going to get kind of our vitality from, our kind of the source. And the other part I generally add on is like a whole food vitamin with that, or nutrients with that as well, to get the most absorption and kind of the best output out of what we're putting into our bodies. So nutrition wise, and then the one piece that I haven't mentioned that is the biggest topic for today is kind of this mindfulness piece for the day. So first thing in the morning, I love to have people incorporate in some kind of practice. Maybe it's a meditation, maybe it's scripture, reflection. This is going to be different depending on where your focus is at the time, and it might be something that shifts over time as you try different things. But this piece is really, really important because we are about to jump in. Most people are ready to, go straight into their days. There's going to be lots of things coming at you from all different angles, and this piece of really having a quiet space where your mind is quiet. You can just either listen to a guided meditation, which is one that I do, or maybe you have, you're reading your scriptures and you're reflecting. But even after that, I like to kind of set everything aside, gently close your eyes and sitting there and seeing what your mind does. So a lot of people, this is really uncomfortable and challenging to be able to sit there and do nothing. Essentially, it looks like you're doing nothing. But really, you're retraining your brain to be okay with the space of stillness and calm. And that is huge because then you can come back to that during the day. So many people nowadays have these challenges with anxiousness and feelings where, feeling out of control, when really we can take and stop in that moment. You almost even say stop to yourself, and you look at what's going on. You take a moment to breathe. So going back to what I started with, going through a 4-7-8 breathing pattern, or even just a nice inhalation and a longer exhalation, to kind of to stimulate that parasympathetic nervous system, which means rest and digest, of making sure your body knows and feels that everything's okay, we're not under threat. And that then allows you to come to a different headspace, more of a clearing and clarity, that from there you can start your day again. So all of that comes with this mindfulness practice of what we're thinking, what's going on, and then in that moment we can do something to change it. So for some people this is easier than others, and you can just go into, maybe it's a meditation that I use the ray of light meridian therapy, where it's walking. There's different tools that you can use to walk through, but other people it might be a certain sound, like doing Om or something like that helps them reset and get into that moment. And then I often pair essential oils. So 3 of them that I'll put in here are these ones are called Arise, Align, and Anchor. So Anchor is really for grounding. Align is for kind of centering, and Arise is when you're really looking to kind of connect more with the mindfulness piece as you're developing. And but they're great ways to be able to shift. So if you're feeling stuck in the middle of the day and you need to create some movement, or maybe there's too much activity going on, I really encourage you, come back to your breath, come back to this mindfulness piece, to something that really calms down that chatter within the headspace, so that then you can move in a different direction, more towards productivity during the day. Okay, so we've started off. So morning time, you want to have getting up, creating movement, hydration. You can use essential oils if that's helpful, journaling, reading, doing something where you're kind of activating the mind in a positive, and then setting your intentions either through journaling, or maybe it's dance or movement, for what you want to see happen during the day. So those are some of the basics for how to use your mindset and mindfulness. So to directly apply it, I would say scan your body and figure out the top 3 concerns that you have within your body. If you could take those 3 things and completely make them go away, how would you feel? Would that make you feel completely balanced, energetic, where you can do whatever you want to do? And then with those 3 things, break them down and say, okay, what are the obstacles that are creating to where for some reason I can't bring that into balance? So for me personally right now, I'm really I'm really working on nutrition and then getting movement back in. So with proper nutrition, that's going to give me more energy to get back in. But it's kind of hard. We get stuck in these loops sometimes of the easy things to grab, or you're getting into this busyness, and we need to kind of unwind that and come back to this point of stillness and reflection, and taking that mindfulness piece of, what am I choosing to put into my body right now? Is this something that's going to give me energy and to support me, or is this something that may not be in my best interest? So that's where I'm at right now with my biggest challenge, is really working on refocusing on nutrition. And for some people, it might be weight loss. For some people, it might be getting stronger, toning. I'm also working on that piece, really wanting to increase strength again. And some people, it might be these deeper concerns. Maybe it's something with blood pressure. Maybe it's with kind of coming into springtime. Maybe it's different things that go on with kind of all those seasonal threats that are out there right now. Maybe it is your digestion, which most people, digestion is going to be at the core of this issue. And it really is, our thinking of our digestion is kind of the gut, or the brain within our gut, that really whatever is going on in our gut and our digestion, all those little bacteria for how we're digesting, really affects our mind and our mood, which then dictates kind of how we're feeling, what we're able to do, and how we're able to go through those obstacles during the day. So I highly encourage you, take your health concerns, break them down into your top 3, and then dissect each one of those and figure out, what can I do with a mindset piece to help shift that with a specific, just a short-term goal. So I'm going to leave it at that for right now, but if you are curious to learn more, I love using oils as part of my practice. I also use a system called the Ness bioenergetic scan. So I love doing that, and we can do that from anywhere now through a voice scan, which is amazing. And then I put together the tools to create a plan that really helps with overall health and well-being, so that you have the energy, the vitality, everything you're needing to go through the day. And I'm bridging that out, and I'm challenging people to set up a 6-month plan, dedicating 6 months to creating this change and imagining where you are in that 6 months and what do you need along the way. So I'm going to give you the tools. I'm going to give you a program. I'm going to give you, the oils and all of that along the way, with the guidance to then incorporate your meditation, your resources, to where you can start taking control of your health and feeling better, having a better mood, and feeling more stable overall, grounded, balanced, kind of all those things that we're achieving with the most abundant energy, so you can do what you want to do every single day. So reach out to me, and I hope to see you soon.